Hey there guys, what's going on? This is Chaos Matrix here. So today I wanted to expose um this is gonna be a video exposing the YouTube gurus that's out there. There are some greedy people out there. And one of the people that I think you guys may know, let me um move this up a little bit. Alright. Is a YouTuber named Shane Humas. I'm not sure if the last name is pronounced right. Let's get into it. So basically, I was at work and I signed up for. Uh, apparently, I don't really remember, but apparently, I signed up for one of his one-on-one sessions, and he sends me one of the people that work for him sent me this text message. um, they wanted to talk to me regarding of building a YouTube channel. And I didn't even respond to any text messages because at the time I was working. So then, let me switch screens here. Give me 1 second. So then we ended up with this screen, right? And let me scroll back a little bit. So here we have Shane Hima's course. And in this course, he teach people how to make money on YouTube. And I'm pretty sure you guys know who this guy is. Some of you don't. So basically, his YouTube channel, basically, he helps people find remote jobs. He shows you, teaches you how to grow on YouTube. He also has a free session, which I have been to a few of them, and they did not seem very helpful at all. And it was just a waste of my time, so I ended up stop showing up. Usually when he starts his videos, he has like a QR code or something now, and you have to scan it to be able to be a part of his free live session that he does on Zoom call. So it'll be you and a group of other people there. And what they do is they talk about growing on YouTube, and people have questions, comments, and other theories. And basically, he is very heavy on creating educational content. However, everyone educational content is not for everybody, right? Because a lot of people like entertainment. Some people like to cook. Some people like to do. Some people do videos building stuff in 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 the woods or in the wild. I've seen a lot of different videos. I've seen a video where a guy takes about maybe 120 28 crates or more and built a house out of them, and the list goes on. So basically, he is a YouTube guru that sells $6,000 courses to teach you how to grow on YouTube. So the way this works, because usually at most of their websites, they have the cost of um, how much they charge for their sessions. But basically, this is kind of his way of kind of marketing himself to tell you how, you'll do this and do that. But what they're really with these YouTube gurus, and they'll try to separate themselves from other YouTube gurus when they know that they're the ones that are the YouTube gurus, okay? Because they'd have videos about that too. So basically, you put your name, and then you go through the steps. They ask you questions about, you know, why do you want to start a YouTube channel, or what are your goals? What do you hope to gain? What if it's viewers, subscriber counts, an audience, whatever the case may be. And so I get to, so this is this website, and as we scroll down the bottom here, now I'm not supporting this guy or anything like that. I'm just showing you guys that these people are greedy, and they because I spoke with this guy over the phone, not the guy that, not Shane Hamas, but one of his workers, right? So do you see all of these people here that he claims that he helped? These are actual coaches. Now I remember this guy. This guy actually, talk about job market and talk about interviews and how to get a tech job and stuff like that. A lot of people would recommend his videos or Shane Hamas, but what they don't understand is the fact that these guys already have YouTube monetized on YouTube. Okay, they do not, like. There's no way that they would afford his $6,000 course if they didn't have the money. So they use the money that they have on YouTube, and probably, they probably got affiliates in other places too. And they're able to make this kind of money just to fund him to work for one of his teams that is working for him to sell the course, right? So just to let you guys know, so I spoke with this guy over the phone. Not this guy, but one of his team workers, and it was during working hours. And so I kind of told them, that I do have a YouTube channel built already, why I wanted to start a YouTube channel, and what my plan is based on my YouTube channel, right? Hold on for 1 second, guys. Be right back. So, so basically, after explaining about YouTube and the stumbling blocks that I was having, and the person of interest that I spoke with, that works for Shane Hamas, is they told me that, hold on for 1 second. They told me that, in order for them to get started, they have to, um, give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to, um, make some changes here. As a matter of fact, let me do this because I think I have it in my phone photos, and I will give you guys my conclusion after this. Okay. Let me rename this as. Okay. Try to mark this one, and we are going to close. I'm going to quit preview. And what I'm going to do is let's see. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. Now, so all right. So this here it gives you a idea of how much that they are selling their courses, right? So when I spoke with this guy, he told me that they charge $6,000 for them to help me with my YouTube channel, and asked me if I was in position to actually do that, which I already, even though I've told this particular person that works for Shane Hamas that I have not had a monetized YouTube channel in 8 years that I have been on YouTube. Okay. And part of that is because probably because I wasn't posting as much, or maybe because my YouTube channel was shadow banned, and I've kind of been away for a while. Um, Started losing subscribers here and there, and surprisingly, I got some more subscribers. But for those who subscribe to the channel, thank you for the support. For those who commented on one of my videos, also thank you for the support. But anyway, this is just an idea of how much they sell their courses. Now, to be honest with you, the nobody has, unless if you have a monetized YouTube channel, or if you're running multiple businesses, then maybe you can, and it is a possibility that you can afford this. But the fact of the matter is, nobody can afford this sort of um, nobody can afford these kind of prices. And what's really ridiculous is they're expecting you to pay this much money just so that they can help you grow on YouTube. So I called up a friend that I used to work with in the past, one of my recent jobs, and I told him about this. And he couldn't believe it. He was just put off about it. And I was too. So, so like I said, guys, these are YouTube gurus. There's another guy. His name is, well, he has a channel that's called Making Money Matt. Now, he's also a YouTube guru, and they also charge. I spoke with one of his teams, and they charged. I think it was a little over $67,000, and that was a lot of money. So the people that they have to talk about their testimony, those are people who already had monetized YouTube channels that could afford these courses. These people are very greedy, and they'll tell you how to grow on YouTube, but when you do their courses don't really match up to what they say in their videos. Because a lot of these YouTubers, now I'm not shaming people for using AI or anything like that. I'm just saying that a lot of the Shane Hima's channel and the team that works for him, they use AI websites like 11 Labs. Some of them use vidIQ. vidIQ is what they're mostly used. There's Tube Magic. Tube Magic is a website you probably heard. Some of you guys probably heard of this before. Then again, you probably not. So I'm gonna look this up for you guys because I just want you guys to know that these YouTube gurus, they have all of these different websites that they use to help grow your channel, and they spend so much money that you can ever make in your entire lifetime. Okay, two Magic AI. And then there's two Buddy and two Magic. So we're gonna go to this website and I'm going to share the screen with you guys because I want you guys to see what these YouTube gurus do and how they work. And these are the things that a lot of these YouTube gurus are not going to tell you. They're going to try to separate themselves from other YouTube gurus and talk about what they do, but they are the actual YouTube gurus, okay? So don't have them fool you into thinking that they're not who they think they are. They are. They are greedy. They are very greedy, and they will take every dime away from you if you are stupid enough. Not saying that anybody is stupid, but if you are foolish enough to get into their courses, to buy their courses, they will take all of your money. Alright? So this is to Magic. Okay? So basically, it is a AI website that it tells you, you post your link and they'll match your voice with the tone, and then you can choose AI models, so they equip it with chat GPT, and then they got input videos. They you know they extract like your training data from chat GPT, and then they do the word counts and all that stuff. And then there's people that actually use it. They talk about how amazing the website is and the benefits. So basically, they do video ideas generator, they do video search, they do keywords, they do all of that stuff, right? And they do all of that. So let's click on get started now because I really want you guys to see the prices that they charge, right? So I don't know what this is, but see right here, this is how much they charge in 47 a month, monthly. And if we go back to the pricings, check this out. The monthly, that's $97 a month. And this is monthly. So you get unlimited words and month generate titles, descriptions and tags. You get generated video scripts. Then you get priority support. If you're doing it annually, that's like $83, but what they don't tell you, see where I got this highlighted? Right here. Billed yearly at $997. That's almost close, a little over $1,000. Billed monthly, 97 per month. This is crazy. So people use Tube Magic, and it's crazy. Um, I just wouldn't. Uh, it's just I don't think it's worth it. So then we got TubeBuddy. So I think TubeBuddy is another one that they mentioned, right? So this website basically has AI tools. It does title generator. It also does shorts, and it does thumbnail analyzer. So it just helps creators to come up with better content and better data analytics, and it just promotes all of this other stuff. Okay, gotta decline all of that. All right, so let's look at the pricings for this. So the pricing is, this is per year, okay, and the Pro is $12 per month. I guess it's not too bad considering, but it's still a lot of money. Because if you're getting this and Tube Magic, then there's another website called 11 Labs. Then there's vidIQ, which is it the pricing that you have to pay for it. Let's see if we could click the upgrade button. Okay, so it's not going to pull up. Okay, so let's go to the upgrade. Okay, so then if you're doing 12 months, we both know that that's not going to be $17. This is the price that you're going to be paying for 12 months. Whereas if you're just doing 1 month, you just pay $19 a month, right? And then you only get one boost. So then, like, if you get billed and then it renews in January or whatever. So then um, there's also 11 Labs. This is 11 Labs, right? Let's look at the pricings for it. So 11 Labs is a place where you do voice generators. So for people, that want to do like videos talking about money, scary stories, etc. This is the website that people mostly go to, right? So they do voice cloning. In other words, you can clone your voice for every content. They got agents where you'll have a support agent that will talk about whatever you want to talk about. You got chess coach, character. So these are just like different um, different styles of voices here, and these are the people, the different people here, the different voices, and and then there's also music. You can generate some music from here as well, um, which is pretty nice. They got text, speech to text. So the way this works is you put your um, whatever word, whatever script that you're gonna put in there, and what happens is you generate it and then you listen to it, and then you have to choose a voice, or you can clone your own voice, but you'll need a membership to do that. And the voice, the AI voice or your cloned voice, will read the text for you, and you can use this as much times as you want. So that's how that works. And it can sound like a conference call. They got one for like interviews. They got everything. So dubbing, we all know what dubbing is. If you speak a different language, it translated. Voice cloning is basically like the way it's set up is they give you a passage to read. It's just like a one word sentence, and you have to read it within that time frame. There can't be no stops or anything. And then once your voice is clarified, then you can continue to use that voice over and over and over in any given content that you use, or you can use the original voices that they already have, and you can just continue using that. That's what a lot of content creators do. They use voiceovers, uh, or they use voice cloning, and they use original voices that are not their own to do their content. Because, if you're like me and you're staying with roommates, you're not going to always do content whenever you want to do content. And, there are people that, if you're one of those people that can't really, talk, do content, because you have people that work, that come in, they come back at random hours, and of course they're gonna start complaining about, you know, hey, you're too loud, or you need to tone it down a little bit. So I think a lot of people use this, which I can understand that. But my reason for showing you all of this is because this is the stuff that YouTube gurus do. Okay? They use these websites, they use stuff like vidIQ, which I just showed you. This here is vidIQ, and it has very interesting features on here. But the problem is the fact that um, you have to pay to be able to use some of these features. Some of these features, like if you're using like thumbnails, you only get like certain amount of chances before you can actually be able to use it. Um, and then they do clipping, so you can create shorts from your videos. I think that's how it works. Let's check it out. So you upload a video, and then what they'll do, this is like an AI generated. So from what it does is it automatically cut from your videos, and they make shorts out of them. That's how that works. And they also have AI generated website features where if you're pausing while you're talking in the stream, it'll get rid of that as well. So it doesn't look like you're just stopping in every sentence and you're not saying oh, and all of those other things. So it is very useful, but the only problem is you only get limited of uh, gigabytes, and I don't know. It just really tell you everything. But so then there's script rating. We can go to that. This is vidIQ. This is the name of the website is vidIQ. I don't know if you can see it up here on the screen. When I make this video, I'll link it in the bio and you can check it out for yourself. But this is what they use. So basically, um, the way this works is they take a script and you post it here. You can copy and paste, uh, I guess they got tone here, so you can choose to be formal or it could be storytelling, whatever the case may be. You can just choose what kind of tone you want your scripts to be. So then here is talk about like what your desired tone. So if you want it to sound um, scary, or you want it you want to be energetic, you want to be like another YouTuber, whatever the case may be, you just type in and it gives you an example of, if you want to sound like Mr. Beast, or you want to have a voice with a British humor accent, you want somebody who has like a scary storytelling voice, style, tone, you can choose that as well. Like Mr. Creepiness and Joey's Nightmares, all that stuff. Um, so that's what that is. So what this does is, if you take your script, they'll turn it into long form, or if you switch to shorts, um, it tells you down here instantly multiple creative directions, one click, and so I'm guessing they make a lot of shorts from this. And you can choose how many minutes. I would normally just leave it at 1 minute, but any short that is longer. And here's what I'm gonna tell you guys about YouTube Shorts. You can post YouTube Shorts, but um, if you but don't post YouTube Shorts on the same channel. So you have to separate it. You have to separate your long form content where you're using your YouTube channel just only for long form content, and you want to use your other channel just for shorts only. Okay? And you want to make that clear. Only post shorts on that channel. Do not post shorts and long form content on the same channel. Please don't do that. Please don't do it. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to tell you guys is don't post long form content and shorts on the same channel. Create two different channels for the same thing for different reasons. Create one channel for shorts for only YouTube shorts, and create a channel that is strictly only for long form content. Okay? I will say this again. Do not, and I repeat, do not. I know that this not really supposed to be about me telling you how to grow on YouTube. The reason I'm telling you this is because a lot of the YouTube gurus are not going to tell you this. They'll tell you, oh, you can just post here and there, and they go over to different other YouTubers. They look at their analytics and all of that stuff. But when you try and you follow those things that they're telling you, for some reason it doesn't work, right? And the reason I'm telling you this is because these are the things that YouTube gurus don't want you to know. Okay? They don't want you to know that so yeah, this is TubeBuddy, which is the same as TubeMagic. So these are the sites that they use, right? This is Shane Hamas's YouTube channel, and these are the sites that they use. Um, this is this 11 Labs. This is 11 Labs. This is what they use if you're trying to create something. And also another thing that he says that I don't agree with is he is telling people that you have to show your face when you are creating content. The answer is no. You do not have to show your face when you're doing content. There are a lot of successful faceless YouTube channels out there, okay? Because here's the thing. People on YouTube, they do not care about what you look like. They care about information. So they search for information. Some care about being entertained. Some care about listening to something, while they're distracted by something else or something that they can listen to in the background. They don't care about what you look like, okay? So don't think that, oh, I gotta show my face and I gotta create thumbnails and it's gotta have my face in it. No, you do not have to do that, because here's the thing. There's no right or wrong way to grow on YouTube, okay? They call it you and tube for a reason, because you are experimenting and you're trying to figure out a process that's going to work for you, because what may work for everybody else may not work for you. And for people that are selling $6,000 courses like this, it's not going to work for you. Give me 1 second, guys. Trying to get a drink here. All right. So so this is um so these are the sites that they use. Mostly they use TubeMagic, and there is TubeBuddy, and they probably got affiliates for that as well. So I'm going to switch screens here. All right. So, this goes back to what I'm telling you guys. Um, People like this are very greedy. Okay, they're not really trying to help you. And half of the successions that I've set, I know this because I actually joined their successions. I've actually joined his Zoom call meetings, and some of the things that they were asking him and the way that he was responding to the people, it didn't seem very helpful. It's more like, you have to do XYZ, or you can just sell my course. And there's just another thing they say, oh, if you're really serious about it, basically they're telling you you can just buy into my courses. You have to buy, they're not going to tell you what price it is. But when you put in your email, your name, you answer those questions that they have, then they call you and then they talk about, hey, we're going to acquire $6,000. That's the way they're doing it now, guys. They're not pricing it on their website. They have their teams to call you. The teams that I shown you that is on his website are the same people that are working for him today. But they're not going to tell you that. And he probably got more people that are working for him as well. So when you come across content creation like this, I'm not going to tell you don't subscribe to his channel, and I'm not going to tell you don't watch his content. But as you're watching his content, when he starts telling people how to grow on YouTube, just have some discernment, because most of the stuff that he talks about, it doesn't line up with the courses that he's selling. If they're selling you a $6,000 course, that's a red flag. Because think about it. Most of the people that can afford his courses are people who either already have monetized YouTube channel and they trying to increase their viewership, or for people who are, I don't know, they're probably well off and they're able to pay that much. But it's kind of ridiculous to even sell courses anyway, because half of the courses that people are selling, it doesn't really guarantee that it's going to help, that it's going to help you reach success, because everybody is successful for different other methods and for different other reasons. What may work for one person doesn't always work for another person. And yes, the guy has good content. He's very educational. He talks about remote jobs, and but he goes over exaggerated or saturated. Sorry, I didn't mean to say exaggerated, but he goes over websites like Glassdoor, and I think Glassdoor, ZipRecruiter, websites like that. Those job searching websites are also saturated. LinkedIn is saturated, and Indeed is also saturated as well, because there's so many people that are using these websites to look for jobs. But people like him are not going to tell you those things. You know, they get up there and they show you a lot of different jobs that they think that you'll be a good fit for if you actually like it. They'll put it in the links, they'll do all of these things. This is their way of trying to grab people in so they can take all your money. That's no different if you're going to college and you're spending so much money in financial aid just to get a degree in a major that you want to partake in, right? And the colleges, they don't guarantee you a job once you graduate and get that degree. That's the same with these guys. They don't guarantee you anything. They are they are scammers, and what they do is they extract so much money out of you, as if like everybody has $6,000 to afford. And if you go to his free sessions, it's not really much help. So you can go to it if you want to. I'm not going to stop you, but I'm just telling you, I've been to his Zoom call session and it's not very helpful, because he doesn't really teach you how to grow on YouTube. The only thing he talks about is everybody's good at something. Of course, everybody's good at something. Everybody knows how to do something, but that doesn't mean that everybody is good at doing educated videos. Just like I play because I got a gaming channel and I like to do tutorials teaching people how to do something, right? But the thing is, you have to have more information on how to do something, which is not too bad. But the thing is, it's like educational content is not for everybody. Just like doing other niches that doesn't really suit another person or they're not really interested in, it's not for everybody, you know? So because the thing is you if you're doing educational content, you have to enjoy doing educational content. But if you're doing educational content, rather if you know how to do something or not, you know, if you don't enjoy it, then you're not going to succeed at it because that's not something that people's passion is. Now, like I said, there are tons, and I mean tons of educational content. There's tons of content where people go over math problems. There's tons of educational content that goes over um, like um, how to fix something on your computer. There's a lot of that. There's tons and tons of things, right, that people are looking for. Um, there's tons of educational art videos. There's like the educational niche is endless. Every niche is in competition with each other. Every niche is saturated, especially, if the truth be told, a lot of people, they focus more on the gaming content and entertainment because they see that, okay, everybody likes to do that, so I'm just going to tell you that this is saturated and you need to do educational content because a lot of people are not doing that. Or you need to do a cooking channel because now a lot of people do cooking channels. You need to do this, you see. But anything that you do, people are already doing videos about it that's way better than the videos that you're doing. Now, that's not saying that you should give up YouTube altogether and just don't do it altogether, but I'm just saying that there's competition. There's always going to be competition on YouTube. No matter what niche you pick, no matter what you do, it's always going to be competition, right? So this guy right here, and there's another guy. His I think it was another video that I made where I exposed him, but I thought I'd do another 2.0 just for this guy in particular. He gives out good content. He goes over remote jobs and boring jobs that you can do, but the the thing is, um, it's like, um, I just don't recommend buying his courses because once you get that text message, the text message I send you is gonna be similar to that, and they're gonna talk to you over the phone. Discuss your YouTube creation and all of that stuff, and they're gonna tell you we're gonna require $6,000. Now the price may change; it may be more than $6,000, but that's a lot of money just to get help on YouTube. And which lets you know that all of these websites that I've showed you, and there's other websites that they use also that you won't find on the internet that actually help boost the content creation. And some people got people that work behind the scenes, and it's just too much going on. And so it's it's just crazy, guys. it's really crazy. So the only thing I can tell you is that you just have to um you just have to be careful with these type of guys because they seem very convincing, but I'm gonna tell you these guys are not gonna help you on YouTube. And I won't go on for too long with this video, but these type of YouTubers are very greedy, and I think this guy has, if I remember correctly, I think he had over like 1.41 million subscribers, and the rest of his videos are 300k plus. I'm not sure, but the point is that um, you know they don't really they don't really care about a lot of these YouTubers. The reason they come up with educational content, and this is something a lot of people won't tell you, is they do it because they're trying to get clicks and views. They're not doing it because they're trying to help you. Because if they really genuinely want to help you get good at YouTube, if they genuinely are serious and want to help you, then they wouldn't be charging you just so that they can help you. The fact that they're charging you means that what they're telling you in their videos of how to grow on YouTube is the complete opposite of how they do it. So, I'm gonna tell you this. Um, if you want to grow on YouTube, and if you want me to teach you how to grow on YouTube, okay? I'm not gonna charge you anything. I can do a free guide, a free 100% guide. Now, here's the thing. I can teach you how to grow on YouTube and what other YouTube creators are not going to tell you. Okay? But here's the thing. When I teach you these things, I mean, you can take them, use them as getting an idea of, of some strategies of how to grow on YouTube. Now, when I tell you these things, it does work, but at the same time, there are things that what may work for me, because basically I'm just telling you how what I'm doing to grow on YouTube. So, and I'm still a small YouTube channel, but I'm still willing to help people grow on YouTube. Now, what may work for me may not work for you, or any of the methods that I talk about. You want to try to hear the information, but you want to try to incorporate into your own, put your own spin on it, and you want to incorporate it into your own being. You see what I'm saying? So if you guys want me to help you grow on YouTube and teach you the things that you need to do, now it's not going to be easy. Nothing is going to be easy, but it is possible. It's not impossible, but it's not easy. Okay, so I can do that. Just drop a comment down below and let me know what you think about this video. I'm not judging the guy or anything like that. I think he gives really good content, but at the same time, if you're charging people $6,000 just to help them grow on YouTube, what's the point of going to Zoom calls? What's the point of buying? And when I told, okay, so let me just tell you guys. Okay, so when I was at work, um, I was talking with this one of his teams, and we kind of had a discussion, and about YouTube content creation and what I wanted to do, what my plans were for the channel that I made. And so he told me that we're gonna need a little over $6,000. And I'm thinking, and then he asked me, not Shane Hamas, not the guy on the screen, but one of his teams contacted me and told me, would that be something that you're in a position to do? And I told him, no, I'm not in a position to do that. I'm not in no position to do that. So, um, so it ended up getting to the point where I ended up calling up a friend of mine and I told him about this. And he was shockingly, he couldn't believe it. And I'm just like, yeah, and the thing is, I don't really see any point of selling courses. I don't agree with selling courses because that's just another way of scamming people out of their money. Because my thing is, if you want to learn how to grow on YouTube, I can teach you how to grow on YouTube. Not this over complicated, process that these other content creators, because they're telling you one thing in their videos, but if they're charging you that much money, which just doesn't make any sense considering, you should get paid a lot more from YouTube than you do selling your courses. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't really make any sense. I can do a video about that if you guys want a full course of how to grow on YouTube from beginners, all starting for beginners, okay, or the basics. I can do that. Um, there's no strings attached or anything. And this is just based on the information that I have learned, and I may not be the best person to learn to teach you, you know, but I am willing to help if you guys need help. So comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Do you want me to start a video to help you guys grow on YouTube? Talk about the things that you should do, you should not do, all of that good stuff. Just comment down below. Let me know what you think. Um, I'm not going to ask you to subscribe. If you want to subscribe, great. If you don't want to subscribe, that's totally up to you. But if you guys leave a comment, that will actually help me to understand what is it that you guys would like to hear, or do you guys like to hear more about my struggling journey, the stuff that I'm going through, some updates on that. I can also do that. So just drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll be back with another video. Take care.